In the quaint little town of Whiskerville, there lived a cat named Casper, who was quite the local celebrity. Unlike your standard feline, Casper was a fluffy orange tabby whose fur seemed to shimmer with its own special brand of mischief. His large, expressive green eyes could melt hearts and signal impending trouble quicker than you could say sardine sandwich. Now, it should be mentioned that Casper was not just any ordinary cat. Nobody could really tell how or when Casper became a resident of Whiskerville. Some say he arrived in the dead of night, with the moon reflecting off his furry coat. Others believe he had always been there, an elusive shadow flitting across the rooflines. But the one thing everyone agreed on was that if one needed a laugh or some light chaos in their life, they only had to look for that telltale, mischievous smirk. One sunny morning, as Mrs. McGuffin put the final touch of butter on her toast, in sauntered Casper, emitting not so much as a whisper of sound. He hopped onto her counter, casting a contemptuous glance at the beige-patterned curtains, before turning his attention to the perfectly buttered toast. With a graceful twitch of his whiskered face and a quick swipe of his paw, the toast soared through the air, doing a pirouette worthy of a prima ballerina, before landing upside down with a satisfying splat. Mrs. McGuffin sighed, as this was not her first breakfast with Casper. Casper's antics didn't stop there. Oh no. Later that week, at the annual Whiskerville Garden Show, he found himself particularly enchanted by Mrs. Harlow's meticulously arranged petunias. With a dash and a dive, Casper whizzed through the flower beds like an orange comet, leaving an unfortunate trail of destruction and a very shocked Mrs. Harlow. Yet, somehow, managed to wiggle his way into her heart and through her prized petunias. Even a local postman, Mr. Withers, became unwittingly acquainted with Casper's spirited escapades. When the cheeky feline decided that mail delivery day was also prank day, Casper would lie in wait, only to leap from behind a hedge with a surprise expression that never failed to make Mr. Withers drop his stack of letters. Casper's reputation in Whiskerville was muddled, part charming rogue, part rascal. But one thing was certain. Life in Whiskerville would be much less lively without his furry hijinks. Casper wouldn't have had it any other way. So, if you ever find yourself in Whiskerville, keep an eye out for those twinkling green eyes and that cheeky smirk. Because chances are, Casper has something up his furry sleeve